Good morning, everyone. So, can anyone put in the chat box what all things we learnt yesterday or discussed yesterday? Just one word should be okay. Very good. So, within the NIST framework, we were doing cybersecurity framework. Yes, we of course did the 5 functions and how many categories? Does anyone remember? Oh, nice. You guys remember 23 categories, yeah. And subcategories? Subcategories 108. Very good. So good with numbers you are. So that's as much your connection with numbers will be as much in this ISC. Not many numbers are there, no calculations. Okay. So yes. So basically it was identify, then protect, then detect, then respond, and lastly recover. So today we are going to start off with the remaining parts. Okay, we are still into module 1. Okay, just for your what do I say, just so that you understand, we are still in module 1, and we will try to complete module 1 today, but let's see, right? There are like 3 parts left in module 1 also. So okay, let me share my screen. Just give me a minute. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Okay, thank you. So NIST Cybersecurity Framework, we are still there, all right, but we'll cover up right now. Remember core, we were discussing the core. Now we will discuss tiers and profile also. Main was core only, the 5 functions. So now we come to tiers, right? Tiers and profiles we are going to do. CSF means Cybersecurity Framework, nothing else. There are various frameworks as we were discussing yesterday. Privacy is also there, then security and privacy is there. We'll discuss them one by one. So there are 4 implementation tiers, 5 functions we already discussed. Okay. So implementation tiers does not mean that they are actually going to implement the 5 functions. Okay. That's a common misconception that is there because the name is implementation tiers. So people think that it is to implement the 5 functions, but that is not the case. Okay. They are actually benchmarks. All right. Now what is benchmark? Let's take an example. Okay, let's say that you have started off your CPA and PAR, there is the pass percentage. I don't know, I'm just making up. Okay, pass percentage, I don't know the exact pass percentage that is going on. Let's say the pass percentage is 50%. Okay, so you have that benchmark, right? Yeah, if 100 people are giving the exam, 50 people are going to pass, 50 people are going to fail. Now we can assume that whether we will be in the first 50 or second 50 based on our level of confidence on our studies and revisions that we have done. What is the benchmark for ISC? Can anyone tell me? How much pass percentage is benchmark for ISC? Like for FAR I told 50%. So generally when I ask questions, if I don't get at least 3 response, I don't move forward. So it's your choice. You want to extend the syllabus or not. Yeah. So there is no benchmark as of now. Okay. Most of you are correct. Benchmark of pass percentage, right? Pass percent, by pass percentage, I mean how many number of people are passing. If 100 people are giving the exams, how many number of people are going to pass? So as such, no benchmark passing rate as such till now. So that is the benchmark against which we can actually check out our performance. Okay. Now this varies. This is a relative term, right? Varies from organization to organization. Let's say, for example, some person can have the benchmark that I am going to score 99 in CPA, all 4 parts. Someone will have a benchmark of 80, someone may have a benchmark of 75, right? It differs from person to person. Okay. So tiers actually act as a benchmark. Okay. So they act as a benchmark to check out that how much our cyber security practices or framework, how much it is actually inbuilt or it has its teeth in the organization. Okay. So, as I said, it's a relative term. It is not the same or a standard for all the organizations, even in a particular industry. Every organization has to evaluate on its own. So they will have to evaluate their risks based on their risk profile. They will have to decide on the implementation tiers. Okay, this is just the background. Let's go deeper into this. Risk profiling, etc. We will check out that how it is being done. So there are um, where is that? Okay, yeah. So there are subdivisions of the tiers. All right. I don't know why it is. Now it's fine. There are subdivisions of the tier. How it is subdivided? The risk management process. There, how the risk management program has been integrated with our strategy, and what is the external participation. Now we'll discuss all these in details. Okay, so don't worry. But what I want to tell you, since I had taken BC also as a subject recently, so we have a framework called ERM there in BC, Enterprise Risk Management. So that is a COSO framework, and based on that, we used to evaluate everything about risk, like how much risk is there, what is our tolerance level, how to respond to risk, etc., etc. So here, with respect to just cyber security, we are discussing. Okay, so don't leave the big picture out of your mind that what exactly we are doing. Okay, because so many things we'll be discussing that sometimes it becomes very difficult to keep track of the broad picture, what chapter we are doing, which part, which topic. That is very important. Otherwise, later on you'll get confused. Okay, so right now we are discussing NIST framework. Which framework? Cybersecurity Framework, CSF. Okay, within that we have three things: core, tiers, and profile. So second thing we are doing, that is called tiers. Within that we have these subdivisions. So if you look at it here, there are four tiers basically. Okay, four tiers are there, and there three subdivisions are there. Four tiers, lowest level is tier 1 and highest is tier 4. Pretty intuitive, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The three subdivisions are applicable to all the tiers, and it is not that any one organization is going to implement all the four tiers. Okay, so this tier I'm saying, it's not tubeless tire or means MRF. Okay, TIER tire. All right, some people call it tier also. So tier, whatever you call, it is that one. Okay, it's not the tire that you put in car or scooter. So first tier is partial. So we'll discuss all of that. Partial basically means that we are not implementing it fully. Second is risk informed. Third is repeatable, and fourth is adaptive. That's fine. We'll discuss that. But lowest to highest based on the risk level, perceived risk level of an organization. Okay, and we'll have the risk management process, integrated program, and then external participation. So let's go through all of them. Okay, so this is a box. So this is very good summary that has been given. Okay, and yesterday you were asking about the books and all. I had asked Ranjit. He said that he has already informed to people, and you guys can actually raise a ticket or get in touch with the Simandhar engagement team. Okay, and they will guide you on the books and the Telegram link. Okay, I hope everyone was able to join to the Telegram group of ISC. Okay, so tier 1 is the lowest level, and then three subdivisions are there. So now you can understand, right? Till now, when I was discussing just 1 minute back, it would have been not that clear, but now it will be clearer. Now these boxes are blank. We'll just go to the next page. It will be there. See. So risk management process is ad hoc. Okay. Why it is ad hoc? Because it's the lowest level, right? Tier 1 partial. Then this is also ad hoc. The integrated program is also on an ad hoc basis. It's not integrated basically. What does integration means? Okay, let me give you an example. Let's suppose that I don't know you guys know about this term or not. In BC we used to talk about it a lot. It's called tone at the top. Can anyone guess what does it mean? Tone at the top. Does it mean that at the top floor we go and shout? That is called tone at the top. Control environment. Oh my God, someone has done BC, it seems. Yeah, company's environment. Okay, corporate governance. Yes, correct. So basically, it means that how the top management is functioning. Yeah, correct. So I was just writing, and Naveen, I think you are a mind reader. So how the top management is functioning, right? So this is why it is called tone at the top. So let's say, for example, that the management of a company, the company name is, let's say, ICICI Bank. Okay, ICICI Bank. If you go and search on Google, you will find that the top management is involved, was involved in cases. Still, I think the case is ongoing, right? So Chanda Kochar, I think, right, the name, if I'm not wrong. So um, so let's say the company is ICICI Bank, and what is happening at the lower level, at a branch level, is that they are opening fictitious accounts. What does that mean? Fictitious account means that they are opening fake accounts. All right. No real person is there, but just to meet numbers, target, show to the market that, yeah, I'm meeting the numbers, getting my incentives, and all those things. They are showing that I'm opening up accounts. How they are opening up? It can be multiple things, right? They can do multiple things. Let's not go into the mechanics of how it is done. You can go and Google it out if you are interested. So then the branch, do you think that when the branch level staff is doing such activities, will the branch manager know about these things or not? It's a yes or no question. In that also you guys are not replying. Yes. So they will be knowing about it, right? So, because it can't be possible, right, that the branch level employees are doing something and branch manager doesn't know about it. Similarly, it goes on above also, right? All of a sudden, if the top management also is seeing a spike, they will ask for a variance analysis. FP&A guys like me will dig it out, then we'll give the reasons that more accounts. Then the operations people will obviously know that how the hell more and more accounts are coming. Then they will get to know. So that was what was happening. Now, if the top management would have been ethical, senior management, they would have stopped it, right? But what did they do? They just turned another way, right? Recently, also some Bank of Baroda, I think, or which bank was there? There also some similar sort of discrepancy was there for their app. So, so what will happen? What happened is similar example was there in Wells Fargo also. Okay, so it's not that only Indian banks I'm after. Okay, Wells Fargo also same thing had happened. So so the senior management turned a blind eye. Okay, they did not specifically say, okay, go ahead and do all these fraudulent activities, but they did not say anything also. So what will you say? Is the senior management ethical or not? Yes or no? They are ethical. They are not ethical, and they are encouraging it indirectly, right? Implied it will be when you are doing reg, right? Then you will get to know about all these terms: explicit, implied, all those things. I do the reg um, reg theoretical part also, the part where we have to do laws and all. So that's why I know about it. So anyway, so explicitly they are not saying anything, but implied way they are saying, yeah, 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 I'm fine. So this tone at the top only percolates, and the employees at the downward level, they will be encouraged to do all this. Okay, gapla. So this is why tone at the top is important, and thus comes the integration part. Okay, now what integration basically means is that there is a top level strategy setting that happens, right? They are called vision, mission. I'm not going to go into details of that because that will be another topic. But there are certain vision, mission statements that any company has, right? Like Amazon has a statement that they want to be the number one Earth's most customer-centric company. Okay, so if a company is really wanting to be serious about their IT strategy or risk management strategy, they should integrate, means add the statement that we want to be a fully managed company, or we want to be full IT compliant, all those whatever is required to be added. Because what happens if you put it in the strategy is the topmost document or policy that is there for any company. If you put it in the strategy, what do you think the below level, junior level employees will be encouraged to follow it or not? Yes or no? Okay, so um, that is what integration means. That's why I told about tone at the top, right? Someone is asking about ad hoc. So ad hoc basically means which is not regular, okay, irregular. All right. So on demand basis, like in FP&A role, we get a lot of ad hoc requests that this department is not doing good. What is happening? Or this product line is not doing good. What dig deep into it. So it may not be a regular activity that we do, but it may be sometimes on a one-time basis we do, or maybe quarterly we do something like that. Okay, it's irregular basically. Okay, yeah, non-standard. Yeah, when necessary or needed, we can do. That means on demand basis, right? Okay. Okay. Corporate, sorry. So we are in tier one, okay, partial. So I am okay. I'll take a quick feedback right now that I am trying to explain it into a little bit detail where I'm finding I think it is necessary for you guys to understand. Is it fine, or you want me to cut it a little bit short and move a little bit faster? Then I'll continue like that only. So external participation, right? So this is again big picture. Always we need to keep in mind we are still in tier one, which is the partial, which is the lowest or highest tier. You can write L or H. Okay. So see, I am not all bad, right? I let you write in one letter answers, right? So that participation is more. Okay. So um, external participation, right? So basically, this is the lowest tier. So you will see that everything is at the low level only, ad hoc, and then corporate cybersecurity is isolated, right? It is not integrated, so that means it is isolated. Okay, organization does not evaluate external risks. Okay, so this is fine. Very much conceptual and very much logical also. That since it is the lowest level, the responsibility will be at the low level, right? Okay. Tier 2. Tier 2 is risk informed. Okay. So it is a little bit better than Tier 1. It is a growing company, maybe. So, what all things change here? Okay. Cybersecurity prioritization is based on organizational risk, right? So, everything is based on organizational risk. Whether we are going to take cybersecurity seriously or not, depends on what type of risk environment that we are operating in. Okay, and we give some efforts. You can think it in that way, that we give in some effort for cybersecurity, but not fully integrated still. Okay, and see why all these tires are there. Can anyone tell me what is the logic behind all these tires? Why can't we say there, yeah, you follow the highest standard? What do you think? It's very simple, guys. For us finance guys, at least it is very simple to understand why so many tires are there and why we are not asking everyone to follow the highest standard. What is the one factor that is okay, but I am looking for something. Why? What differentiates, means what is the difference between all the tires? If I tire 1 versus tire 4, right? What will increase for an organization if they are going from tier 1 to tier 4? Exactly, I got one answer from Ganesh. That also partial. Cost will increase, guys. That's why I told finance. I gave the hint also that as finance guys we should know why those many tires are there. It's all about cost, right? See, A small company, someone wrote small company also, I know, but on point it was not. So all of you are somewhat directionally correct, but what I was trying to indicate is that because the cost is different, implementing all the tiers, it costs money, right, and resources. So that's why there are various tiers. If a company is smaller, they may implement tier 1, and no one no one can afford it. Okay. So that's the thing, right? Bigger organizations can implement tier 4. What about so that we will discuss later on, but here what you need to understand, it depends, it is not forced that you need to take tier 4 only or tier 1 only. See, you don't worry about regulatory compliances right now. Wherever it is necessary and in scope of our syllabus, we will discuss that. All right. Otherwise, there is no end, right, of regulations. We are not doing reg here, correct? So wherever it is necessary, later on we will be going into frameworks of COBIT, etc. There we will get to see that what exactly we need to follow strictly. These frameworks are guidelines, not regulations. You can say like that, but then again, see, there is an option from tier 1 to tier 4, right? It's not mandatory for people. See, regulation means what? That you have to mandatorily follow this thing. Here there are 4 options. Depending on the company's risk profile, they can choose. No one is going to tell them that you need to, as per your company size, you need to choose tier 3 only, tier 4 only. Okay. So here also, if you see, inconsistent actions are there. It's not consistent action. Okay. Awareness is there, but integration is not there. All right. So little bit better than tier 1, but not, means, what do I say? Very good. Then tier 3, repeatable. Okay. So cyber security is part of planning. All right. And there are, this is very important, guys. Please note, formal documented policies, because it's tier 3, almost at the top, right? So there are formal documented policy. Till tier 2, there are no formal documented policy. Okay. So senior leadership is also involved. All right. And they engage with the security community at large. All right. So collaborate, contribute, engage with whatever you call. So the entire security community they will engage with, so that they can understand what are the new threats that may be there, how to deal with them, risks, etc. This is basically for large organizations, right? Smaller organizations cannot afford such engagement. Okay. See, written agreement, counsel means legal attorneys, right? So all these things can be afforded only by the bigger organizations, right? Company takes on larger, more complex, that's fine. The last one, okay, the topmost level, adaptive, okay, very large, highly complex project. So you can think about all the technology giants will be using this tier only of the framework. So based on internal and external cyber incidents, right? So whether it is internal or external, any incident, any perceived threats are there, they are going to respond to it quickly. Okay. It is an organization wide affair. It's not that only the IT department will be responsible for it. Everyone will be made responsible for it, right? In my company also, I will get, all of a sudden I get a mail, okay, that you have got a reward from your company. Um, Whatever, some points are there or whatever, okay, something like that. And it is not like your normal SMS, right? Something, your SMS will come normal that you have won a lottery, the spelling mistake will be there, and you know that's a fraud. I will get a very genuine mail, okay, and it will say please click here. And if I click it, then they will say that this is first trigger, okay, you were not very careful, all right, all those things. So it's a simulated phishing attack. This it is called technically. So they simulate phishing attack. What is phishing? Phishing is basically that PH. phishing, okay, not F phishing. So PH phishing attack is basically that any email comes with spurious links, and if you click on it, they can hack your system. So they simulate such attacks, and their mails are very, very good. Okay, so that is the organization wide affair, and I am also responsible for it. All right, although I'm not in the IT department. Yeah, correct. He robustly participates in external information sharing activities. Okay, so basically they will go out, and whenever there is some seminars, there is some meetings, or in the newspaper, they will put that this has been the incident in my company, and they will share it so that others can be aware. All right, generally you will see that in newspapers, etc., also it comes that a company has shared this knowledge about bug, right? Of course, usually they will share when they have fixed the bug, right? Before fixing the bug, they will not share. Otherwise, someone can manipulate or take advantage of it. And they will put a reward also. I know one person, someone from my wife's relative side only. So he found a bug in some Google software, okay, and he was given some 5 lakh rupees, all right, and some job offer also at Google, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So, but yeah, that happens only with engineers, right? So forget about being a finance person and getting all those. So someone might have already thought, oh, 5 lakh rupees, entire money of my CPA would be covered in that, right? So these were the tiers, okay? So core is complete. Core basically had the functions, 5 functions that we discussed initially in the morning. Tiers also complete. Now we come to profile, right? So profile Profile is the lowest one, I can say, means least important out of the three. So, and that's why you will see that we are not going to discuss it too much also. What should we consider while creating a profile? Um, so whenever we create a profile anywhere online, right? What all things we consider, that whether I want to use this very frequently or not? Do I need to give a right email ID or a fake email ID, right? Or a correct phone number or a fake phone number? Okay, one tip is there. Okay, recently one of my colleagues also gave me this tip. Maybe many of you might be using it already. Whenever he goes out, right, in shopping malls, etc., they ask for your number, right? He will give some random number, all right, so that his number is protected from spam and potential hacks. Okay, so you guys can also implement that if you want. So here the consideration like that, similarly, whenever we need to create a NIST profile, we need to consider some of the aspects, which is like what is my goal, organization goal, what is the industry goals, all right. So it's not only that my goals are important. What can be okay, we talked about goals and our objectives a lot. What can be the goals and objectives of an organization? Haha, nice, Shubhasri. So yes, guys, what can be the goals and objectives of an organization? Profit, okay, good. Reduce cost, increase profit, okay. Success, okay. Success is a very relative term. Sustainability, okay, nowadays that's gaining ground. Earning profit by satisfying the customer, okay, good. One more aspect, right? One more stakeholder is there. Earning profit is for myself, and for whom do I earn the profit? For whom am I earning the profit? Whom the company is earning the profit? Correct. Shareholders, right? So satisfying the shareholder means what? Increasing what? Increasing the, how do we satisfy shareholders? Increasing revenue, EPS? No. What do we, what are shareholders concerned about? If you have a Reliance share, right? What are you concerned about? Share price. Yes, exactly. Yeah, dividend also, but mostly share price, right? So it's the shareholders' wealth. Okay, and shareholders' wealth is nothing but measured by the share price. All right. So the objective of an organization can be all such, all right. But actually, there is a term that is used. I will just type it in the chat box also. ORC, ORC objectives. This is mnemonic. Okay, this is the acronym. ORC O for operational. Operational, whatever you said, right? Profits and everything, sustainability, everything comes operational. R is for reporting. That is our favorite, right? Reporting, financial reporting, basically. That balance sheet, P&L, all those things are properly stated. No material misstatement or omissions are there. Then C is for compliances. All right. So we are maintaining our compliances and everything. Out of these three, all three are important. Okay. But can you tell me out of these three, which one can put the going concern? Going concern basically means that life of the company at stake very easily out of all three. It is compliance. See, operating, it seems operating, right? But operating is short term, right? Operating is for the year. We are making losses today, we can make profits next year, right? But compliances, if you fail, like certain compliances, not all compliances, if you are failing some small level compliance, it will be a fine only. But big compliances, like anti pollution laws, right? They have the authority to shut down the entire company, okay? But of course, you guys know that what happens. Companies don't get shut down, but the people who are in the anti-pollution department, there something opens up, right? There maybe they will be making some flats or their own buildings by. I hope you get the understanding that how they are getting the money, right? So, but yeah, theoretically they have the power to even shut down the companies. But yeah, of course, reality is very different. Okay. So industry goals, right? Organizational goals we discussed just now. Industry goals, what can be industry goals? Industry goal can be that our industry grows. Okay. So IT industry, there is a body for IT industry called NASSCOM, right? So NASSCOM represents the IT industry. Similarly, every industry you will see there is one body or the another. Voluntarily, all the companies of the industry will be part of that body. Okay. So their objective, that bodies or the industries, since they are a proxy for the industry, the objective of that will be to grow the industry overall, not any particular company, but the overall industry should grow. And of course, we should generate employment. We should be adhering to all best practices. Standardization should be there, right? A very big goal of getting IFRS implemented all over the world was to bring standardization, right? So between industry also same thing will be there. Legal and regulatory requirements we just discussed the compliances part. So similar thing. Legal will also have secretarial work like company secretary, etc. Does okay. Industry best practices should be implemented and risk management priorities. What does this mean? Risk management priorities. See, whenever we identify and analyze the risk, right? After that, we need to rank them. All right. It cannot be that everything is at the same level. Okay. So today, suppose we are having five things to do, right? I have to study for CPA. I have to go out and play. I have to go to a movie. I have to talk to my girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse or both, right? Someone may have both, who knows? So, and then yada, right? So, so you have to prioritize, right? Out of them, what should be your biggest priority? If someone has, yeah, people are laughing. If someone has both, then their priority will be to talk to both of them, right? Not lot having CP, otherwise they will not have the balance. But anyway, jokes apart. Um, so this, yeah, yes, that is also a risk. So this is also similar, right? Like an individual will have to prioritize, right? We don't uh, consciously do that, right? Some we already know that during the day what all things we are going to do. We are not going to do everything, all right? So uh, so what do we do then? We will be for a company, since there are XYZ 1 2 3 4 5 6 risks are there. How they will prioritize? It's a very simple thing, right? They will target first of all that which ones are going to gain us a freedom for most valuable or most impactful risks. All right. there will be a heat map or a risk matrix that will be there, where the impact and frequency will be mapped. Whatever is high frequency means how many number of times the risk occurs. High frequency and um, uh, high impact is there. What can be the example? So for example, we are in an area which is flood prone, right? So let's say we are in operating in Bihar somewhere, right? Every year there is a flood. Okay, so the frequency is high, impact is also high, right? We cannot put our server rooms there, right? Otherwise it will be all doomed, correct? As soon as flood occurs. So so what do we do? That will be our number one priority in the risk ranking, right? So that is risk management priorities. So something has low frequency and lower impact, right? For example, we have a go down where everything is sealed, but then also occasionally, sometime once in a year, once in twice a year, a theft occurs and some small inventory they will take away. That is the low priority risk, right? Because the value is less, frequency is less, will not matter too much. Okay. I am not too sure what you are writing, Naveen. RPN number as per FMEA. What does that mean? Okay, I'm not too sure about what is failure mode effect analysis. Maybe something for me to Google and search. But in any case, you got the understanding, right? What I'm talking about. That we have to, this way we have to analyze the risk. We have to create a heat map that how much frequent and how much impactful the risk is, and based on that we'll prioritize. Okay. So there are three types of profiles. Okay, three categories are there. Current profile. This is very simple. Okay, I think this is the simplest thing that we'll be doing between yesterday and today. Current profile. What is the current risk management profile? Okay. Target profile. What we want to do, right? Where we want to be, and gap analysis. That how we can achieve that target. So, for example, right now our studies are at that level that we can get 75. We want to achieve 80, right? So that is the target profile, 80. Gap analysis is that 5 marks, how we can achieve more, we can think about it. Okay, I mean we have to analyze it, at what all things, what all areas we are going to cover more. Okay, so that's all about cyber security framework in NIST. NIST is not yet over. Okay, module 1 is not yet over. This is next is NIST Privacy Framework. So let's try to cover it up today. So of course we'll not be able to do security and privacy controls, but at least privacy framework. Let's see. I don't think we'll be able to do it today. Okay, let's see what level we can do later. Remaining we'll cover in the next class on Saturday. So the three frameworks, cybersecurity framework, now we have done. All right. I hope so, guys. Cybersecurity framework, was it too tough, or was it manageable, or was it easy? What do you think? I hope you guys say manageable. You can write T, M, or E. Okay. So at least it is at the manageable level. So I am happy, because if it is tough or means easy, then it's fine. But tough, if it is even after making you a little bit, what do I say, common parlance language that I'm trying to talk. After that, if you find it tough, then I will have to think about how to change the methodology. But good that it is manageable. So, and it will be more manageable if you do what today only after the class. What you will have to do means after the class means not the next minute, obviously, but today sometime, right? Yes, sometime today you revise, and if possible do the MCQs also. Okay. Okay. And there are not lots of MCQs there. Okay, so this is not like too much of time it will take. Revision is most important, first of all. Okay, so cybersecurity framework was the first one. Core had 5 functions. Tiers we did today, and profile also just now we did. Okay. Then we have other two, right? Privacy framework that we are going to just start off today. We will not be able to finish, of course. And then we have this number you don't have to remember, security and privacy controls. Okay, don't get confused between the two. Please demarcate. One is privacy framework, another is security and privacy control. Okay, they will always tell both together, security and privacy control. They will not say that, yeah, privacy controls, and make you more, what do I say, try to trick you like that. It will not be the case. Mostly they will give this number also. Okay, so that it will be easier to demarcate between the two. Anyway, let's go into privacy framework. Okay, so see, cybersecurity framework was a little bit older, all right, and this privacy framework is newer. It has come in 2020, all right. Why do you think? What was the need of this privacy framework? Any idea? Privacy. I hope you guys are at least a little bit familiar. I'll anyhow we'll discuss it, but I hope you guys are a little bit familiar with the term privacy, right? So why do you think a privacy framework was need of the hour and they came up with this? Personal data breach, protect customers' data, correct? For security, secure data, it's upgrade version, sir. I don't know what are you trying to ask, Prasanna? Can you elaborate? Didn't understand. Protect the data, prevent data breach. Correct. So all of you are correct. See, privacy today is a big concern, right? If you see, like last year or last year, WhatsApp was making some changes, okay, and they were forcibly asking everyone to accept those changes regarding the privacy. So there was a huge uproar, and they had to roll it back, right? Because what is happening right now is all the apps are actually taking our data and utilizing it for their own revenue, their own purposes, God knows for what, right? And we are scared because now more awareness is there among people that this is not correct. They can misuse our private data, and it's not only financial implication, right? Non-financial implications are also there. Say, for example, very classic example is there. Okay, doctor and patient data, right? If the patient's data leaks out, and the patient's known people have come to know, especially in psychological cases. I talk to people. Okay, so I'm very much interested in psychology, right? Mind control and everything. So that's why I talk to people. People reach out to me on LinkedIn and all those stuff. So basically, if a patient who is psychological patient or psychiatrist, they are going to, or even normal ailment also, someone has a kidney stone, okay, if that goes out in public, will the patient be okay with that? Not at all, right? So normal ailments also patients will not be fine, right? And if psychological case is there, then even more they will be, what do I say, ashamed, right? It can even lead to very severe consequences, right? Patients taking on some drastic measures. So that way, it is very, very essential there. Another example, attorney, right? Attorney client, attorney or lawyer. Say, for example, a divorce case is going on. Will the couple want that to become public before everything is settled? Yeah, social stigma. Will the couple, who husband and wife, want their whatever details to go to public? So that is where the privacy thing comes into picture, right? Nowadays, everything is happening online only, right? All the discussions over WhatsApp or emails, right? So if those things are not upheld tightly with the privacy laws within a privacy framework, then it's a very, we are walking on thin ice, right? Anytime it can break. That's why after the Janta became Jagruk, right? When the public became aware, then only they came up with this framework. All right. In Europe, it was already there. This is we are talking in CPA, so it's from US perspective that we are reading. But in Europe, it was there already, I believe. So, correct. GDPR is there. So, industry agnostic. Can anyone tell me what this means? Anyone aware? I will explain, don't worry. But yeah, anyone knows that what this term can mean? The framework was developed to be industry agnostic. No need to Google. I will just tell. I will wait for 30 seconds and tell. Supportive, not specific to an industry. Yeah. So Ganesh is correct. All right. Industry agnostic means that it can be applied to any industry, right? So is IFRS industry agnostic, largely industry agnostic, IFRS or US GAAP? Largely, I'm saying, okay, not 100%, but let's say 70% industry agnostic, whatever is written in US GAAP or IFRS. Yeah, it is. Okay. So largely, these are, yes, correct. You guys are right. So largely, they are industry agnostic, because wherever there is a specific industry related standard, they have a different standard therein. Okay. Like maybe for farmers, agriculture, or for investment companies, real estate companies, there may be some different standards for them, but otherwise, largely they are industry agnostic. So similarly, this framework was developed to be industry agnostic, and that makes sense, right? First of all, bringing this law in itself was a headache for them, right? That's why it came so late. Now, in India also, they are trying to bring such laws, right? We don't have any laws right now, if I'm not wrong. So, so it's a big headache, because bringing any new law, you have to understand that we have to satisfy every ifs and buts, and that is very difficult to do. Anyway, so the structure is similar to cybersecurity framework. Okay, so there is a overlap between both the frameworks. So I hope this answers your question, Prasanna. So it's not a upgraded version of the CSF cybersecurity framework, but it is a parallel thing, right? Because cybersecurity is, as the name suggests, right? Two different things are there. Privacy is different. Cybersecurity is different. I hope that demarcation is clear in your mind, because we just now discussed what privacy is, and cybersecurity anyway we know. Okay. So there will be certain overlaps. So you don't have to like reinvent the wheel. Some of the things, whatever you see that the same terms are coming, like the 5 functions are there here also. Some additional functions will be there on top of those 5 functions. So we'll discuss them. Okay. Risk management approaches are the same. Okay. And but they are applied to subject matters differently. Okay. So similar, okay, this I don't know why they have given, because this was in VC, okay, COSO and ERM. So you guys will not know what is COSO, what is ERM. So ERM, yeah. So ERM basically, COSO had an internal control framework. I'll just give you something to just not remember, but something for your mind. Okay, food for thought. So this internal control framework crime. Oh my God. So you have moved on from BEC to this ISC, is it, Lakshmi? Oh, CA. Okay, okay. All right. When I did CA back when dinosaurs were alive, at that point of time, this COSO and ERM was not there in the syllabus. Okay. Good. Then for you, it will be easier. But anyway, um, so basically, they had already an internal control framework, COSO, which had a risk management module, but they also created a ERM, risk management, separately. So similarly, here also, cybersecurity framework is there, but they found that privacy framework separately is required. Okay, so that's why they created this. We'll stop here, okay, and we'll continue with this privacy framework in the next class. Please revise, guys. I am going a little bit slow initially so that you guys understand things. I don't want to rush, okay? And I already took the feedback from you guys. You said you are fine with the speed, so I'm not increasing it as of now. And later on, anyway, we have 2.5 hours classes also. So if we are a little bit behind, then we can continue with 2.5 hours. If we are on track with the syllabus, then we will have 2 hours classes. But as of now, it's 2.5 hours later on. Okay. So, all right. Thanks for joining in, and have a good rest of the Sunday. Bye bye.